I've been going over this book I found. I was going through some boxes not too long ago, and I found this old book, and it kind of threw me into a time warp, into a time and place where things were done so differently when you're trying to brand yourself, or you're trying to outreach in your community, which is especially important if you're in small business. The book I'm talking about is the Yellow Pages, and if you're a late adapter, you know exactly what this is. And if you don't, it's a directory of the phone numbers of your family and friends. More importantly, I want you to listen to this. It was a directory of business and business services. I mean, look how big this thing is right here. It's big, it's heavy, from 2009, which makes it kind of an antique. But the point of it is that at that point, 2009, this was technology. And the year 2021, the technology we have now is incredible, because what replaced the Yellow Pages was social media. And in this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to delve in a little bit and tell you what social media offers that the Yellow Pages, with all its firepower back in the time, could never do. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ruben Villarreal. I am Board America across all my social medias. And these are the channels, these are the segments committed to the late adapter, helping you bring practical solutions to the sometimes complicated world of social media. So let's talk about how wonderful social media is, and how the Yellow Pages, I think, was doing their best to be that during 2009. The first thing I have to mention is that social media offers the opportunity for communication, very, very flexible communication. Now, the Yellow Pages did too, but it was stuck to a bunch of words, basically an ad. Now, what you have in the world of the platforms here, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whichever you choose, is two-way communication, meaning if they see something and they have a question, they can DM you or leave you a comment on a post. And if you're good at social media, you'll answer that comment, or you'll answer that DM, because people want to know. And in today's fast-paced world, to expect them to grab a phone and a phone number and wait for you to come on the line, or whoever to come on the line, and then ask their questions, it's not likely to happen. But if you make yourself accessible that way, two-way communication is a very, very valuable tool that will help your business grow. Now, the second thing, these are two things that kind of work together, they dovetail together quite well, is building relationships. Social media allows you to build relationships. The Yellow Pages, no matter how pretty the ad, no matter what it said, didn't allow you to build relationships that way. Now, how do you build relationships? Well, you have to post often. I always encourage late adapters and business people especially to post every day, because every day that you're posting is a communication that you're having with the greater world. And again, if you're trying to let them know what you value, what you're passionate about, what your experience is, you're building relationships. So if they pick up the phone, you're lucky they pick up the phone and they call, they know who's in the line, or they walk in your doors, they know who they expect to see. So building relationships is very valuable. It's very useful in social media. Now, in conjunction with that, it's also building trust. You can build trust on an ad, I guess, if you see something that kind of triggers your thoughts, but building trust and building relationships had a lot to do with actually visiting and going to that place of business often, not just once, maybe once or twice or three times. And again, in today's fast-paced world, people may not do that, but they can visit your social media platforms, and they can see what you have to say and what you're offering and what you're like. And in doing so, building the relationship and building the trust will help you spread your message, and will help you be a more effective business partner to the people looking for services out there in the great big world. And I want to tell you what, the last one I have to talk to you about is super important, because while ads that were created in the Yellow Pages were just basically the same ad, month after month after month. And what you have now with social media is you can actually change your information with the seasons. And we all know you have tax season, the start of school, you have times when you might need an attorney, you might need a doctor. During the pandemic, you might need a dentist. The advantage is that if you're out there on social media, you get to change your message, change the information so it adapts to every single passing season, every single passing month. Now again, in the world of the Yellow Pages, you had one ad and you were hoping, keeping your fingers crossed, that one ad would cover all the bases. It could never do that. But social media can cover your bases and basically cover the whole stadium if you do it right. So there you have it, late adapters. I often call it the yellow page mentality. We gotta buck that. We gotta see beyond that, because social media is there. It's a jewel. It's useful. It's very, very much a part of our future. We're still in the global pandemic, and if you see what happened in our society, social media and the virtual world just became this huge tool that's going to be used today and in the future. My logic behind the yellow pages versus social media: take advantage of social media, late adapters. Don't hold back anymore. Dive right in. It's waiting for you. Now, if you have any questions, please drop them on there somewhere in a comment. But also, you can leave a DM. I'd be happy to respond. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you're thinking. I mean, do you still, remember the good old Yellow Pages days? Let me know. And for the late adapters and everybody in between, I remind you, I know that social media can get complicated and get a little technical sometimes. But I want to say what I always say is, you all keep on grinding. We'll see you next time.